Mayong adlaw mga amigo, my name is Moon if you're new to my channel, and as you can see from the title of the video, this is my book review for the book Erimentha Parker's To-Do List by Ruby Granger. So Erimentha Parker's To-Do List is a young adult book written by a YouTuber under the name of Ruby Granger. It is about a young child named Erimentha Parker who just entered year 7, and from there she experienced bullying and a fairly miserable treatment from her classmates and peers. Basically, this book revolves around bullying, so there are trigger warnings for this book. I mean, the author did not place trigger warnings, but I'm just going to place trigger warnings again if you're interested in the book. Basically, this book contained bullying, harassment. There is a verbal abuse, physical abuse, and blood. Basically, anything that connects to bullying. And again, I should share a word of caution. If you're the kind of person who doesn't like criticisms in book reviews, this video is not for you. I do not hold back in my book reviews, and yes, you should know that now. So if you're that kind of person, please exit this video now. So now let's go to the first part of this book review, which is all about the characters. First of all, let's go to the main character, which is named Erimentha Parker. Now first, I have been following Ruby Granger for a few years now. I adore her content, and I am just awed as to how productive she is in almost everything that she do. So when I read the book and was able to meet the main character, which is Erimentha, I could definitely say that Erimentha Parker is Ruby Granger, or at least the Ruby Granger whose personality is very tied to Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter books. Erimentha is Ruby and Ruby is Erimentha. Erimentha's thought process and as to how she sees the world and how she acts in certain situations is quite similar to Ruby's, or at least how I perceive hers to be. Even to the clothes that she wears, as to how she speaks, or the books that she loves, also the family dynamic of Erimentha, it is all Ruby's. Honestly, when I realized that, I don't know how to feel. It is actually a mixture of thrilled and amused. Thrilled because I will be able to see more of Ruby in this book, and also amused because this book is basically a fan fiction about herself. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. I have written myself as an original character in some fanfictions in the past, but still, I could not help but be amused of this because this action is just humorous. And now, I want to add more characters in this part, but honestly, the characters here can be only categorized into two parts, which is basically the allies and the bullies. Basically, they don't really have a personality. So now let's go to the second part, which is the plot. So the plot for me is very straightforward. It is again about a girl who is bullied by her peers. However, I should mention that although the plot is very straightforward, there are some parts of this which is very heavy and also can be really triggering, and I would have loved it if the author has added more trigger warnings in this book. Personally, I find it really difficult to read some passages in this book because some of them really hits close to home. I was quite similar to Erimentha when I was younger. I am such an overachiever and I tend to be very enthusiastic when it comes to classroom discussions. And basically by that, I have also experienced the things which Erimentha has experienced in the book. And I know this happened about 10 years ago, and I know I should move on because kids can be really insensitive at times, but actually it's really difficult to say that because words are heavy things and it cannot be forgotten that easily. I mean, I know I was a child back then. Basically, this book is making me remember all of the horrible things I experienced in the past. The pain which Erimentha has felt, the helplessness, the lack of desire to talk about what happened is similar as to what I experienced. It is well structured though, the plot. However, I would have loved it if the ending was developed a little bit more because I believe the bully in the book just like get away very easily. I mean, the bully here is very, very bad, and I would have loved it if she was punished a little bit more. Like, she deserves it. So now let's go to the third part of this book review, which is the writing style. The writing style, personally for me, I really enjoy the writing style. I mean, I'm the kind of person who loves descriptive writing style, so I love this so much. However, I do have some notes because there are some parts of the book where there is an over usage of big words, and I would have loved that if this was minimized, because sometimes the too much usage of big words is making me like look away sometimes because it feels disconnected from the whole story. I would have loved if the author has used more simple words, but overall I enjoy the writing style. So now let's go to the fourth part, which is all about the genre. So the genre here is the book was marketed as a young adult. However, for me, this book fits more to the middle grade. Yeah, the character is really young, so I don't think it will appeal to like the young adult readers. I think it will more appeal to the middle grade students. So yeah, I rated this book 4 stars on Goodreads. I really enjoyed reading this book, and yeah, that's it basically. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have opinions, please comment down below and let's discuss, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
Klappat hakten alla fullfest hela dagen. Mjöl från livets grottekvarn.